All right, not going to believe this, but we have rain on radar the first time since October 4th. We'll talk about this in your local forecast in just a few minutes.
And funeral arrangements are announced for City Cafe owner Joe Barger. We'll tell you when and where he'll be remembered. And West Alabama Works held a hiring event today in Northport, and it was their biggest turnout ever. WVUA 23 News starts right now.
This is WVUA 23 News.
And we're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Jabari Pruitt. Up top tonight is the weather. A nice and sunny day, but I hear rain maybe in the future. Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott is here with a first look at that forecast. Richard, good evening.
Hey, Jabari. Almost a month since we've had rain on radar. The last time we had any wet weather, and that was right around the Tuscaloosa area then, was on October 4th. This is incredible to see some wet weather finally on radar in parts of the area. Now, unfortunately, it's not raining everywhere yet, but scattered showers beginning to increase in coverage. Some really nice rains falling now towards Scottsville, Hamilton, down towards Detroit and Sullivan in Marion and Lamar County. Even Haydenville getting a nice drenching of rainfall right now. In our forecast tonight, a good chance for rain at times. We'll hold on to temperatures in the 70s overnight tonight. And again, this is fantastic news with some rain coming in. Most of you will see some rain overnight tonight. Of course, we'll look at the 7-day here in just a little bit, but drought conditions have also increased since we've had just a little to no rain this month for the month of October. The new U.S. drought monitor was released this morning. Those are released each week here, and we'll get those on Thursday mornings. So we'll have much more on the drought situation, what's going on right now. So let's take a look. The new drought monitor has been released, and drought conditions continue to increase across our state. There's now a moderate to severe drought classification across most of Alabama, with severe drought ongoing for areas to the south of Tuscaloosa. The Tuscaloosa Airport has received about 1/4 inch of rain for the month of October. That occurred on the 4th. However, most of West Alabama has spent the entire month without measurable rain, which has quickly escalated drought conditions across the state. I spoke with the Alabama Forestry Commission on why there is a higher fire danger this fall.
So this time of year is our fall fire season. This year we have above average fire danger conditions. That's being brought on by the drought that we have. And on top of that is Alabama is dealing with the southern pine beetle epidemic right now, and there's a large amount of dead trees, which is adding to the fuel loading.
All 67 Alabama counties have been placed under a fire danger advisory. If a wildfire develops, action will be taken to quickly stop the spread.
Alabama Forestry Commission can be dispatched several ways. One, we have a recon pilot that's up every day flying patrol. If he identifies a fire that isn't a issued burn permit or appears to be out of control, he will dispatch our resources to it directly.
Barrett says that a burn permit must be obtained if burning woods or brush more than 1/4 acre or larger. A permit is not needed if burning small brush piles or having a backyard campfire. If you do need a permit, go to forestry.alabama.gov and select Obtain a Burn Permit. While there's a fire danger advisory, this is not to the level of a burn ban. The Alabama Forestry Commission will keep a close eye on weather conditions and make adjustments if needed. You can also keep up to date with us through our social media platforms. Search for Richard Scott WVUA 23, as well as our free WVUA 23 app for more information on drought situation and updates.
In other news, a single vehicle crash has claimed the life of 32-year-old Thomas Bell Snyder IV. The crash happened this morning around 2 a.m. on Fayette County Road near 35 near Cannon Road. Now, Thomas's vehicle left the roadway and struck a tree. He was not wearing a seatbelt. This investigation continues. And the suspect is in custody after a high-speed chase Wednesday. 25-year-old Justin Finkley was taken into custody this morning at Mary's Travel Center in Brookwood. He's charged with theft of property and could face additional charges. Finkley is being held without bond. Now, that chase happened around 2 p.m. yesterday with Finkley driving a stolen car led police on a chase. He crashed near the Brookwood exit of Interstate 2059, then ran into the woods. Well, Mike Shelton has been named the new provost and chief information officer at the University of Alabama. Shelton began his career at the university in 2006 and has served as the deputy CIO for the UA Office of Information Technology since 2019. He will begin his new position on December 1st. Well, Shelton State's Fred campus is going through renovation. Construction and progress has been moving smoothly. The Fred campus has 7 buildings going through mechanical and electrical construction. The roof is the most visible project right now, but there are a few other projects on campus many people have not heard about.
So the inside of all the buildings are going to look real new. The inside of this main building here, Building 100, is just finished and redone. So we can't wait to get the roof put on it and then open it up for the community to come in. And then we have the other 6 buildings behind us on this front that, you know, they're getting either new roofs or new electrical upgrades or new mechanical upgrades, new HVAC systems. Setting up a new HVAC lab here for training opportunities for students. It's going to really transform this entire campus, and I hope that it'll benefit the community as well.
Dr. Coe says there is no firm date for when the project will be finished. The school will keep the public updated as the project moves along. And West Alabama Works held a hiring event at Northport City Hall today. They saw their largest turnout ever. There were 27 different employers and more than 600 people pre-registered. Organizers say as many as 500 who were not pre-registered showed up. Pfeiffer, Shelton State, DCH, and Inviva were just a few employers at the hiring event. Now, many people say they were thankful for the opportunity and confident they'll find the perfect job.
I wanted to get like a little feel of everything, but I had really looked at the job with the trees, like they was telling us about how they break it down and dry it and all that stuff. And you don't need any experience.
We've had a few candidates already this morning that we have put down that we're very interested in and recommended for them to go and apply today. And we have currently hired several positions in the last month.
Now you can visit westalabamaworks.com for more information about the available jobs. Well, funeral arrangements have been announced for City Cafe owner Joe Barger. Graveside services will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Piney Wood Cemetery on Highway 69 North in Northport. The family encourages everyone to dress casual. Barger died Tuesday. He was 75 years old. RSV, influenza, and COVID-19 vaccines are available to provide protection and play a key role in preventing hospitalizations. Several vaccines are being recommended this year to help avoid respiratory illnesses. The Alabama Department of Public Health has information on which vaccines are recommended for older adults.
For older adults, there are specific influenza vaccines that should be used. There's also the availability of the RSV vaccine, which is only right now focused on older adults, those that are 60 and older. But it's important that people understand which vaccines they're eligible for.
Now, you can go to vaccine.gov to learn more about the age-appropriate vaccines and which fall and winter vaccines you may need. Well, Marines Toys for Tots program kicks off tomorrow, November 1st. Distribution boxes will be placed in several locations throughout Tuscaloosa, Greene, Hale, Pickens, Lamar, Fayette, and Sumter counties. Visit toysfortots.com to find a location near you. Collection boxes will be picked up on December 6th. And the Tuscaloosa County Commission will hold their annual fall cleanup this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Multiple collection container sites will be placed throughout the county. Hazardous material and household garbage will not be accepted. Visit tusco.com for a list of drop-off locations. Well, the U.S. economy is a focus point for voters in this year's presidential election. Where do we stand with the election less than a week away?
I'm Tuscaloosa County Sheriff Ron Abernathy. Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted is next.
And the U.S. economy is top of mind for millions of voters in America. Key reports on inflation, consumer spending, and wages are out this week with a closely watched monthly jobs report expected tomorrow morning. One top gauge for the Federal Reserve came just hours ago. Laura Geary reports.
We will return inflation to 2%.
That was Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell in May, and a new Commerce Department report out this morning shows the needle hovering just a hair above that long-held goal. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, which tracks the prices we as consumers pay, slowed in September from the previous month, coming in at 2.1%, down from August's 2.3%. The PCE, as it's called, is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge and one it primarily uses to make decisions about interest rate cuts. Other notes, personal income up 0.3%, an uptick from August, and people are spending that money at a rate up to 0.5% over the previous month. A separate Labor Department report out today shows companies are mostly hanging on to their workers. Initial unemployment claims dropped by 12,000 new filings the week of October 26th over the prior week. Also in the mix, the weeks-long strike at Boeing, with the company and union leaders still trying to hash out an agreeable contract.
We need to get this wrapped up, back to work and producing aircraft.
It is critical to many parts of the government. This is a key piece of the U.S. economy.
All factors the Fed could consider when it mulls over another rate cut. That meeting happens next week, the day after the presidential election. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And the Boeing strike could also be critical to October's highly anticipated jobs report out tomorrow morning. The Labor Department estimates the strike could knock back any expected gains by about 44,000 jobs, prompting a sharp decline after a strong September. Well, at Pennsylvania, prosecutors' effort to shut down Elon Musk's 1 million a day voter sweepstakes moved to federal court today. At the hearing, the judge said he would place the lawsuit on hold while the federal court considers whether to take up the case. Prosecutors allege Musk's daily giveaway violates Pennsylvania state lottery laws. Musk was not present during the hearing. WVUA 23 and the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office need your help locating some of Tuscaloosa County's most wanted. Gary Campbell, white male, 21 years of age, 6'1", 180 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes, last known to be living in the area of Jim Taylor Road, Berry, Alabama, wanted for theft of property, first degree. Jamaz Herbert, black female, 35 years of age, 5'5", 125 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last known to be living in the area of 16th Street, Birmingham, Alabama, wanted for theft of property, first degree. Lamar Sanders, black male, 36 years of age, 6 feet, 140 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last known to be living in the area of 28th Street, Tuscaloosa, wanted for trafficking methamphetamine. If you have any information on these or others wanted by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office, please contact them at 205-464-8672 or on their website, tcsoal.org.
And got rain on radar moving into West Alabama out of central Mississippi. A lot of rain back in Mississippi. A look at your local forecast after the break. Hear my forecast every day on Tuscaloosa's True Oldies channel, 102.1 FM, WJRD. And parts of West Alabama are currently wet. Here's a live view from the Algo traffic camera. You're looking at the community of Haleyville in Winston County. Should mention this too. It's been a long time since we had some rain. So as it does begin to rain where you are, be careful driving on the roadways. There's often a lot of oil that's distributed on the roadways over a long period of time. And if you don't have rain for a while, that first rain can be a little slippery, so be careful if you are driving out and about. Let's go over to our camera in Fayette, and hey, look at the dark, ominous clouds here. You tell the moisture's back today. Currently 77, that camera site, looking towards the northwest from the Pfeiffer facility. And for Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa, that was hard to see, but that's a rain shaft off to the west of town. Some spotty showers, one there and one right there looking towards the western side of the county. Currently 82 right now at the door in Tuscaloosa. Here's a look at Doppler radar, and for the first time since October 4th, got some rain out there. And again, this rain is pretty widespread back in Mississippi. Now for West Alabama, the rain is still a little more scattered for now, but still a good soaking. Places like Scottsville, Bexar towards Hamilton and Brilliant, Ewan area, and all the way down to Sullivan and Vernon. It is a nice rain. Carbon Hill in the Kansas Nauvoo area and Walker County also getting some rain. And look at the little showers forming in Tuscaloosa County. Those are drifting northward right now, but more rain is likely to develop. And look at this. We've got 63 rain cooled in Haleyville, 82 in Tuscaloosa, 81 in Demopolis. And our forecast tonight will drop in the 70s, but I understand some of us could fall in the 60s as some of the rain begins to fall as this does move on in. Tomorrow morning, starting off Friday in the mid-60s, look for rain out there. And again, the better chance for rain will be generally near and north of that I-59 corridor. Lunchtime, still a few spotty showers, 75, and then 80 by 3 o'clock. New drought monitor again being released. We got this large area of moderate drought conditions, some severe drought south of Tuscaloosa, and we need every drop we can get out there. This is our model data. Shows you how that rain kind of spreads on in tonight. 10 o'clock should be pretty good soaking for cities near and west of Tuscaloosa and Jasper. For that to continue into the overnight hours and early tomorrow morning as well on Friday. The weekend looking dry, maybe a few showers next week, but in terms of widespread rain, fairly unlikely. With this event, most of the rain west of Demopolis, west of Brent and Centerville here in parts of West Alabama, where some of these areas could get over 1/2 inch of rainfall. Now, that's not going to get us out of a drought, but it will help some. And any kind of help we can get, we'll take it right now. And again, don't forget about the time change over the weekend. We go back into standard time, so set your clocks back an hour before you go to bed Saturday night. And again, next week looks mostly dry, but as we go towards Election Day and Wednesday and Thursday, there may be a few spotty showers. And Jabari, I don't think it's going to be an impactful rain for Election Day at this point, but a couple of rain showers possibility. Temperature's pretty mild, though. We've got some 80s, so get out and vote on Tuesday. No excuse for the weather. That's not looking bad at all.
I have not seen a dry voting day since I've been working here.
It seems like every
election
year,
day it rains. So we'll see.
That's right.
Richard, thank you. Well, Gary Harris is standing by with a look at what's coming up in sports. Gary, good evening.
Hey guys, we've got our Football Friday Game of the Week preview. Tomorrow night's the final week of the high school regular season. Plus, Crimson Tide football captain and one of the best players on the team, Tyler Booker, talks about the atmosphere at Bryant-Denny Stadium that the Alabama fans provide. He praises the fans for what they bring to the table. Next in sports. Alabama men's basketball guard Mark Sears was picked as the coach's choice for the Southeastern Conference Preseason Player of the Year. That announcement coming from the league office today. In addition, Grant Nelson was named second-team All-SEC. Alabama is the only team that has a player on the first team and second team. Mark Sears joins Erwin Dudley in 2003 as the only players in program history to be named as the SEC Preseason Player of the Year. And good evening, everybody. I'm Gary Harris. Tyler Booker is a team captain for Alabama football and a 3-year starter on the offensive line. And he knows how passionate Bama fans are about their team. And he told us today during media availability that he plays not just for himself and his coaches and teammates, but for the fans as well.
Just how many people are counting on you, like how many people like really love Alabama football. Like this is a community that like no other. Like that's why I stayed. That's why it was a no-brainer for me to stay, because like I love it. I love Alabama so much because how many people love us, and like the community, the atmosphere that you get just like walking around, going to the store, like everybody's rooting for you. So just think about them when you come, because you're playing for more than yourself. You're playing for your family, of course, and then you're playing for them.
That's a special bond. Well, tomorrow night marks the final regular season week of high school football in Alabama. Region play is over, and the state playoffs begin next week. Our Football Friday Game of the Week features one of the top teams in Class 2A, Tuscaloosa Academy, hosting one of the top teams in Class 3A, Bayside Academy. Reed Karch has our preview.
After a promising start to the season, the Tuscaloosa Academy Knights are looking to regain momentum heading into the playoffs after suffering their only 2 losses of the season in the last 2 weeks.
Well, the response has been good. You know, the loss of Sulligent really hit us in the gut pretty good. Because we didn't play up to our capability. But last week I thought we made some strides. We improved in some areas, but you know, there is no moral victories for us. So what it was is it wasn't good enough.
The Knights have already clinched the regional championship, and the Bayside Admirals also have clinched home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs. Despite that, Coach Wright knows Bayside wants this game just as much as his team.
Number one, they're very, very well coached. They play very disciplined football. They have a great tight end who's a SMU commit. They do just defense. They do a lot of great things defensively. They're very aggressive. Their kids get off blocks well. They don't make mistakes.
Tuscaloosa Academy prepares this Friday for senior night against Bayside Academy. This is a special group of seniors because they help make the transition from AISA to AHSAA more simple. Over the last 2 years, the Knights reached the quarterfinals in the playoffs, but came up just short of that championship. This year, they plan on making an even deeper run in the playoffs. Local in Tuscaloosa, I'm Reed Karch, WVUA 23 Sports.
Thanks, Reed. And Jabari, tomorrow night, as I said, wraps up the regular season.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting night because a lot of teams are using their bye week in this final week of the regular season. So we don't have as many games, but we'll have them all covered for you, the ones that we do have. And then, of course, next week, we start the high school playoffs.
All right, Gary, thank you. Stick around. We'll come right back. Well, coming up tonight on the news at 10, Dr. Joseph Scribner, our political analyst, will join us on set to talk more about the presidential candidate's final push to the White House. And we're in the final days of the race to the White House, and some polls show little change in several battleground states. We'll break it down. Those stories and more tonight at 10 o'clock. Well, it's Halloween and time for trick-or-treating, and everyone's in their costumes, even the babies at DCH. The nurses at the hospital's NICU dressed up the new babies for their first Halloween, and as you can see, they loved it so much, most of them slept through their photo shoots.
Oh, that's cool.
That really is.
Halloween babies.
Yeah, Halloween babies.
You know who else was a Halloween baby?
Nick Saban, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Nick Saban, birthday number 73 today.
Wow.
You know, I think he was like 56 when he got here. He didn't look 56 then. He doesn't look 73 now. In fact, he looks about 56 now. Happy birthday to the coach.
All right, and final weather.
Hey, got some rain on the radar first time since the fourth day of October, so happy to report that. Rain will move on into at least the western half of the state tonight, becoming quite widespread for some of us. Rain amounts for West Alabama between a ½ inch and 1 inch. The closer to the Mississippi state line you get. Central Alabama, maybe not as much.
All right, that's it for us. Have a great evening.